Is she our babies?
Yeah.
And with previous places we've built, we've lived with my parents and it's worked out really well. But they have sold their big house and are now living in a little house. And whilst they've welcomed us to stay there with them, it's not a long-term option. If we have to live there for a small amount of time, that's totally fine. But what we're doing really differently this time is we've decided to try and do it with no mortgage, which means we can't really do anything substantial until we sell here. But also when we start building, we're not going to know how long it's going to take because we're going to be held up by how much cash we have. So we needed an interim solution, something we could do in between times that wasn't a tent, because I hate tents. I hate them with a passion. I don't hate many things, but I hate tents. What we've decided to do as an interim option, something that we can live in, it might be 3 months, it might be 3 years, but something that we can make do with, we'll basically be putting up 2 cabins. They'll be 6 by 5 with a little mezzanine that we can use for storage, and then there'll be a concrete pathway, sort of a patio I guess, between them, where we can also put a composting toilet and probably a solar shower. And for all intents and purposes we will be camping there, but we'll have some solid walls and roof that we can capture the rain off of as well. And it means we can insulate it as well, and we can stay warm and dry while we decide, 1, what we're going to do about the house, and 2, actually take the time to do it, with the main aim of the game to do it without any debt. It's something that we feel that's really important to us, and to try and be responsible with the resources we do have. So one of those things is we are making this shed, and I have very carefully priced up the difference between doing it stick built versus doing a post and beam style, like what us Kiwis call just a farm shed. And at the moment, post and beam is definitely the way to go. 4x2s are still super expensive. We have found somewhere that will do some posts for us, so we need to get these holes in the ground. And we, the other night, were discussing how on earth we're going to manage, because it's straight into solid clay, and it's just not worth the amount of time trying to do it by hand if you can pay a little bit of money towards someone who can do it effectively with a heavy machine. Making progress in the winter is no mean feat around here, and no, we don't get a lot of frosts, and we don't get a lot of snow, but we do get a lot of rain, and so trying to make progress is slow and frustrating. Thankfully today is a beautiful day, and we're going to pop over to the section and have a look over there, and I'm going to show Matthew what me and Chloe got up to yesterday, picking everything out in between rain showers. And then we need to get the holes marked for where we're going to be putting our cabins before Monday, which is when the digger driver will be back. He's nearly finished what he's doing at our place. Well, I think we'll just...
Mr. Bull costume off.
You want your Mr. Bull costume off?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to keep the jacket on?
My jacket off.
Okay, you're going to get cold.
I want to go in the car.
Oh, okay, well you can go in the car, but you need to take your gum boots off, okay?
Okay.
In the car. Go sit in the car and then take your boots off. Well, we're back home again now. I think we've had a successful adventure over at the section. I'm going to take you through quickly to show you what my peppers and tomatoes are up to, and to show you what I have done with our heated tables, just to try and get some more growing space, because I've not had to grow this many tomatoes or peppers before, and I have run out of growing space. So I'll take you through and show you what I'm up to. In here I have got about 200 pepper plants, and about 200 tomato plants, and they're all still super tiny. Some of them have not enjoyed being repotted, and I did discover that I think my cat might have spent the night sleeping in here. And a whole lot of these ones over here, of course it would be that Anaheim ones, the ones that I was really keen to grow. But he's compacted all of this down. I think he must have just curled up in the middle. So it was a couple of days ago, so I've gone and stuck all of these skewers along, because every night I'm wrapping everybody up in some of this frost fleece. And these skewers seem to have stopped him sleeping up here. So this is my genius little makeshift setup, and what I have gone and done is they are just fold up trestle tables, and then on top of there I've got some insulation, which is literally a blanket, and then I have put in some really cheap electric blankets, and I just have them set on 3 overnight, and they're just keeping the chill off enough that nothing is freezing, and everybody seems to be happy and growing. So I'm not recommending it to everybody. It's a very off-label use of an electric blanket. I have got some really thick double layer plastic over the top to keep them dry, and I'm being super careful of where the water can get to and where it can't. But for $25 odd, this was so much cheaper and so much more affordable than getting proper heat mats, which for this kind of space we'd be looking at probably closer to $600. And this is another thing that I am experimenting with. Yes, they are toilet rolls, but I'm hoping to use them as root trainers. I've got little tree seeds in them.
We interrupt this video to present to you Little Spot's babies!
What? Is she our babies?
Yeah. She was eating something.
Oh, you watched her have the babies?
I didn't watch her have the babies, but I came in between the babies.
Aww. So now she has 2 babies?
Yeah, 2 babies. Yeah.
Baby little goats.
Baby little goats. Let's go.
Hi.
Look! Right, hopefully she'll follow us. Talia.
Oh, that got this so big.
So thank you for joining us on our adventure today. I hope you have learned something new or enjoyed following along with our journey. And I will see you in the next one.